Hey, what is up guys? It's Emenalus and Happy New Year! Guys, I know it's 13th of January right now, but please, come on, give me a break. So, I was actually supposed to make this update video shortly after I released my video about Flyff private servers near the end of 2024, but I decided right after that I should take a break instead. I was getting pretty fatigued after working for basically 4 months straight, non-stop with everything, so I decided that okay, I'll just do that a bit later, and here I am right now making this video. I've taken the time on my break to play with some of my friends, since I finally got the chance to, as well as playing through the entire Half-Life series, Half-Life and Half-Life 2, episode 1 and 2 as well. Not Half-Life Alyx because I don't have a VR set, and also played some Dead Island. I've been having a lot of fun playing with friends and like some individual games after a while just on my own piece, and I feel a lot better than I did just 2 weeks ago. I was like completely lost, like my brain just was just completely squeezed out. And yeah, I'm happy to be coming back to creation finally. So hope you guys don't mind. Regardless, this will be an update video that will be pertaining for hopefully the rest of 2025, assuming no plans will be changing, but we'll be seeing about that. Today's update video will be talking about lots of different things, so I'll be putting chapters down there below, so you can like go and scroll through what parts you're interested in. But I'll be going through everything that I feel like you guys might be interested in hearing from me. I hope you guys will be satisfied with everything that comes here, but of course, if you got anything else you wanna ask about, anything else you wanna know, please let me know in the comments below. So the first thing that I wanted to answer for here is why I haven't been making so many videos towards the latter part of this year. Honestly, I already thought it was like the entire of 2024 that I haven't been uploading too much, but apparently that was more on the latter half. First of all, my current video projects have been surprisingly long. I decided to move away from making simple Let's Play videos, and that meant that I would be spending a lot more time working on a single video, even bigger videos than the guides that I used to make on Flyff Universe every 3 weeks or so, even 2 weeks. And those ended up taking me a lot more effort than I thought, and when you mix that up with school that I had, I was working really hard on that as well at the same time, and also the 3 streams I would be holding on Twitch every single week. It was very hard to make some time to work on my videos, and on top of that, the videos being so long already, it actually just ended up piling time, and even though they were not like momentous or monumental jobs to deal with, they did take a lot of time, so all of those projects after summer ended up just being very long to work on, and that's why they just ended up taking as long as they did. I wasn't being lazy at all. I was like being pretty busy for the entire latter half of the year, although I must admit that my summer was a little bit lazy. I'm sorry about that. I could have made a lot more things during that summer, but well, I guess I really felt like I needed the rest at that point. I haven't been used to working this hard on anything ever before until I started doing YouTube. Like seriously. I haven't been so hardworking in my life, and yeah, I guess I needed some adjustment there. But anyway, that's only for that summer. I've been working very hard this whole fall as well as winter, and even then, it took me a lot of time. Sorry about that. But starting from here on out, we'll be having a little different on this one, because I won't be working on just purely on some large projects. I am pretty happy with all the projects I've worked on so far, and I'm most likely gonna make some more in the future. But honestly, the projects have been pretty big. I've been upskilling on myself every single time I would make a new one. So I think it's a better idea for me to work on maybe just taking a little step back and go back to the roots that I really want to like to put my channel to be about. Assuming you guys have seen my latest video and watched it until the end, and if you haven't or haven't been paying attention to any of my other stuff like streams where I'll be talking about my stuff, or maybe like on other videos where I may have mentioned it, I won't be making any more Flyff videos. I'm gonna be setting that on stone now. I've been talking about putting it aside for a while now, but now it's gonna be the real moment where I'll be saying goodbye to that. Making Flyff content as it is not exactly the biggest thing out there that I can work on, so I decided that, yeah, this is now really gonna be it. So, I'm gonna already say at this point that if you are here exclusively for Flyff content, I don't think you should be expecting too much from me anymore, so go ahead. If you're not expecting to be interested in anything else, feel free to unsubscribe, unfollow, whatever you wanna do. I won't be holding you against that. I know that you guys have things that you want to see yourself. There are certain things that you're interested in. But if Flyff isn't exactly the only thing that you may be interested in, please hear me out. I'll be still making some content on this channel, even though it is not Flyff. I've been thinking about making videos about games that I feel like pertain to the whole concept of RPG games, even if it's a little bit loosely, like playing some basic RPG games, but also maybe roguelites, dungeon crawlers, survival games that have some very good character progression mechanics, strategy games, same thing with like character progression mechanics, like not just strategy, but also like some kind of character or base development kind of stuff. Trading card games that like have that, you know, strategic, simple RPG element in mind, etc. So I say that I will be making RPG game content, but it will be very, very loosely applied, and it will give a very broad aspect on what I'll be working on. And I hope to really give a good presentation of what I can do on my channel and what different kinds of games that I like. I think the Moonlighter series that I did earlier was a pretty good example of like how diverse it can get, although I do understand it was a pretty niche thing on its own, so I'm not expecting everyone to be all then into it. But don't worry, that's not gonna be the only kind of stuff you'll be seeing here. If you like RPG games or character progression mechanics in general, you're gonna most likely enjoy your time on your channel, even if it's like for simple gameplay. There's a lot of different games that I've already been thinking of making some Let's Play series on, for example Inscription. I've been holding back that for a long time. Stardew Valley, been thinking of like putting up some mods and having some custom gameplay with it. I have been also thinking about XCOM, and also like, I've also been thinking of reviving my Epic Battle Fantasy series that I started years ago, but I just ended up not doing it because I felt like it wasn't like getting as much attention as I was hoping it to. But you know what, at this point I'm not too interested in bringing the attention as much on that particular series, but I thought because I feel like it would be a very iconic and a very cool series to have on my channel, so I'm gonna do that. And now that my content creation quality has gotten a lot better, I feel like it would actually be enjoyable for people to watch. I'm also trying to learn some new things going into this year. I gotta be honest with you, I've always sucked with any sort of trend seeking or bandwagons, and I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be one of those guys either, that I'm just gonna follow a trend, follow it for 2 weeks and just leave it there. But I want to at least stay somewhat on top of new releases, so whenever there's hype for a new game that I feel like would be interesting for me and maybe for you guys as well, I really want to give it a chance to maybe try and play it and see how people like it on my channel. And as a way to also, like, you know, have some sort of exposure on the very, very fast-paced nature of media. It's gonna be something that I feel like is gonna be important for my content focus in the future, but overall, I'll be working on playing RPG games, both old and new, that I think like are gonna be interesting for me, for you, and enjoyable overall. I've also been explaining this so that this is gonna be like mostly for series that I feel like are gonna be easy to make on YouTube, things that would be easy to enjoy on like a video format, but for longer or less engaging games, like something that's more grindier, something that requires more attention span, I would say that I'm intending on streaming those at the moment, and I'll be doing that on Twitch side because I think Twitch overall is a much better streaming platform compared to YouTube. Although I do also have to say that YouTube is also better for me in the sense because YouTube is a lot easier for people to catch up on. People are really having struggles finding my Twitch channel right now, and I get a very small fraction of people there. Of course, I understand that not everyone is into streams, but also the fact that there's a lot more people I'm finding on Twitch than, like, on YouTube side than on Twitch, even though I have been advertising my Twitch a lot more than I've ever been streaming on YouTube. I was also considering the option of doing multi-streaming, so I would be streaming both on YouTube and Twitch. But I also came to the realization that if I wanted to do multi-streaming at least on Streamlabs, which is the app that I use for streaming, I would have to spend about almost $200 a year or $27 a month to do multi-streaming, and considering how little benefit or revenue that streaming is gonna give me right now, I don't think it's worth it. But if I ever grow up a bit bigger than this, then maybe I will consider it. But right now it's a bit too expensive for me, so Twitch will have to do. I'll be leaving a link for that in the description below. I've also been thinking of like expanding a little bit on just not playing games on my own. I thought like it could also be a very cool idea to maybe play some RPG games that could be good for co-op gameplay. I have a friend that I've been talking with about this, possibly taking part in videos. He doesn't do creation himself, but he is interested in being part of it, enjoying games with me, and it's a very good time for us to like have time together because I honestly haven't had too much time to spend with him recently due to me being so busy with content creation and other stuff on top. So I'm looking forward to also making some co-op gameplay there. We'll see how that's gonna go. And of course also, because I know that Let's Play series are not exactly just the best thing anymore on YouTube or any other media for like attention, I've also been working on or thinking about making some extra videos for discoverability. Like, let's say if I was playing a game and I decided that I want to do a challenge on it, I would make a kind of like challenge video on top of that, so it would be something approachable for new audiences that have never seen my channel before. I might still be interested in seeing what it's about. And by the time I would have that video out, I would already have a good, more in-depth, more simpler gameplay series out there if anybody wants to see more of that, and maybe like discover what other stuff I have in selection in my channel. So that, and as well, if I get any other cool ideas that I want to really execute, I can make those to be standalone videos that could like attract more attention. So I'll be working as a hybrid of being a more common Let's Player on top of like making some more featured or more in-depth videos that could interest like a bigger audience. So I hope that that mix is gonna be good. But of course, this is gonna be something that will have to be experimented on. I'm not sure how well it's gonna go, but you never know until you try. The main getaway from this is that this is gonna be a very fragile time in my YouTube career, that most people will be calling it. This is gonna be something that I'm supposed to be taking a lot of risks and trying out different things because I don't know what's gonna work out next. So while I'm out there, since I'm already like moving away from my shell, I might as well just try different things and see how they work and go for whatever I think is gonna work out the best in the long run. But that's gonna require me to do some experimentation, try different things, and see what's gonna work out the best, and judge the direction I really wanna ultimately bring my content from there. But there's also a couple more things I gotta mention here about like how I'm gonna be making my content here. First thing I need to mention here is that working solo on videos is slow. You can see channels that upload videos basically daily, maybe even multiple a daily, but there's also like the reality that they often have some editors, they might have some less edits involved in general, they might be producing mass content in a longer term. But I'm also the type to not really like want to deliver any half-baked content. That is not my style, and I want to deliver as much enjoyment from a simple video as much as possible. So working solo with no extra editors, having to record, edit, upload everything, it takes time. And I think even with like simple gameplay videos, I can do like max 2 videos a week, and even then like that's gonna be like very rushed. So I would honestly say that it's a very safe bet to say at least that I can maybe do like 1 a week. If I'm lucky, I can do maybe even 2. But we'll see about that. We'll see how my video gameplays progress. And I'll be just doing my best to upload regularly so you guys will have something else to enjoy as time progresses. This also being said, because I have to work so slow, and every single small thing that I decide to invest time on, like a simple 10 episode series, to think about that, like 10 weeks, that's gonna take 2.5 months to make videos on a single game. That's gonna be a very, very big time investment. That's gonna be 1/5 of my year already gone. So I have to be very careful about like what things I'll be making videos about, if I want to make it so that I want to make every single second count, every single video that I make to have some sort of relevance to it. And on this note, because time is very fickle and because there's only so little time I can invest on this, I've also been talking about making more videos on OSRS, and for now I've been thinking about it for a while, but I've also been giving some considerations over my 2-week break. I realized that it may not be too much of a long-term idea, because MMOs take so much time, and now that I realize like I'm so swamped with different kinds of work right now, I don't know how much I can actually invest on making any actually enjoyable / high quality videos about an MMO that I feel like would be relevant for the most of the community. Like the most things I can do are like basically some newbie stuff, but before I can get into like some real pro settings or high end game content that people might be more interested in, it's gonna take me like literal months to do so. Like lots of grinding, hundreds of hours of grinding on the game. I don't know how realistic that is if I want to really think about my channel rather than the actual game itself. So I might have to keep my intents on like advancing on OSR's content to a minimum, but I will be seeing about that in the future, I guess. But I wouldn't say that I have really too high prospects on OSRS right now, simply because of that, and I hope you guys can understand. And I'm very sorry for guys that or people that have been looking forward to me making more OSRS content, but I really had to think about my plans from here and seeing like what works, I guess. We'll see how it's gonna go. But at least for now, I'm still intending on making a small series for F2P players. I've been like thinking, because I made a video about getting a bond and getting money after getting a bond. So I was thinking about making a small series where I'm gonna be working from basically scratch to get myself to making a bond, my first bond ever through free to play without spending. And I hope that that's gonna be something that people can also enjoy, but I also don't know for sure whether I'm gonna be making anything from that. I at least wanna stick to that promise. That being said though, because this is a very new chapter in my channel, I've never tried jumping away from the very thing that made me popular, and now that like that's gonna be gone, I gotta say that it is without question that right now my future as a content creator is gonna be very uncertain. I don't know how many views I'm gonna get, I don't know how much relevance my content is gonna get. I might be deteriorating to the point of no existence. So, really, I have to really tell you guys that every single bit of support that you can give me while I'm in this period is important, both to me as a creator as well as like for promotional senses, that how many people are going to be seeing my videos. If you like my videos, please do like them as well if you're willing to, because that will also boost YouTube's algorithm attention. Maybe some more people than just the core community is going to see those. If you have any friends that might also enjoy RPG games or the content that I'm doing right now, feel free to share them as well. Every single bit helps, and like, it's gonna be hard to make attention when your channel size is so small and moving on to a completely different thing. And of course, if you wanna see more stuff from me specifically, be sure to also, of course, subscribe if you wanna be following what I do. And if you also don't wanna miss out on any videos by any chance, because, I mean, honestly, if you have any idea, YouTube's front page the recommendation system is pretty fickle. You might lose traction of a single content creator that you've been watching after like a week or so. So if you really wanna be sure that you don't miss on a single video and YouTube doesn't just remove me from existence entirely, it's a good idea to also consider like putting on the notifications. You can also find that on the channel settings, notification bell, you know that stuff. You've already heard it a million times from YouTubers begging for subscriptions, but you get the point. And of course, if you have anything you want to tell me, like share like how do you enjoy my videos and any kind of thoughts about the videos that I'm making, feel free to give me all the feedback and thoughts on the comments below and also in Discord. Because even though I've been working very busily on my content creation lately, I'm still a small enough channel to really like take every single response and comment to heart. So I would really love to hear from you guys and what you guys think, because every single little interaction means a lot to me. And I really mean it. Also, I was supposed to be having a little bit of a Q&A session here. I made a little poll about this on my YouTube community post, asking for any questions that people might have, and I got a single question. So that didn't go so well, but anyway, I decided that because I said I would answer to this question on my video, on the update video, I decided I'll do it here now. So the question I got from Lila Courage, or how I'm supposed to pronounce that, is that for all the RPG-style games, do you have a main class? And I definitely do. My main class is definitely a warrior or tank type. I've always liked myself some brutal warrior characters. I would always play a warrior main in World of Warcraft, for example. Definitely a warrior type. And I might as well bring that back to you guys. What is your main class in any RPG games that you played? But on top of that, I also have another question for you that I'm genuinely curious to hear from you. What features do you pay attention to when you're picking your next video? When I think about myself, for example, whenever looking for videos, I tend to always look into, like, most primarily into the creator's name. I don't really pay too much attention to the thumbnails. I mean, they're nice too. But when there's, like, people that, like, often use somebody's face or name as a way to, like, bring their videos up, I tend to be very careful about what I'm looking at. But I know that that's very different, like, maybe from what others think. So I really want to hear, like, what is the... I would say the most common ways, attributes that people pay attention to. Like, is your most important feature the thumbnail? What are you looking for in a thumbnail? Or do you pay attention to what the creator's name is on the front page? And overall, What are the things that get you to watch the video? In any case though, that is everything that I have for today for you guys. So thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you so much for watching the update. And if you guys have got, again, any questions about this, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'm answering every single one of them. If you guys also want to catch up on any other media that I'm using, for example, the streams that I mentioned earlier, as well as anything else, like my Discord server that I work on, as well as my Twitter that is basically dead right now. I actually ended up making myself a link tree quite recently, so go ahead, click that in the description below. You can find everything that is relevant to me in there. I'll be updating any new links that might be coming in there, just so it's all in one place and you can just like follow the things that you're interested in, I guess. I'll try to get better with media. Anyway, thanks again so much for watching this, guys. Sorry for the very long update video, but hope you appreciated this, and thank you so much for being a part of this journey. And I hope you guys will be looking forward to what 2025 brings with me, and I hope to see you guys there. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. But until then, it's bye-bye.